Hi, my name is Filthy Reindeer, and this is episode 52 of Reindeer Rambles. Something a bit more exciting than 51, which was kind of just a short update, really didn't have much to talk about. But first of all, I'd like to say well done to Brett1470, who just hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. That's pretty big, even if it doesn't sound like much considering people like KYR Speedy and stuff. But it is quite a big deal. Earning 100 subs just as a small channel is not easy these days, depending on what you do. But today, in the title, I wanted to talk about, was Ghosts really that bad? And I know you're going to be watching this, or you're going to read the title and just think, yes, it was the worst Call of Duty title ever made, and I agree with you. It was bad. It was really bad. But there are some positives that we can take out of the game, and we can look at what they did right and what they did wrong. Number one wrong thing, this is just the number one wrong thing. Community manager. Tina Palacios is trash. No one should ever give her a job again. She spent her entire 10 months as community manager posting pictures on Instagram of her getting breakfast and blueberry muffins every morning. Now, she ignored, if you even told her there's something wrong with the game, there's hackers, can I report them, she would just block you. I watched many YouTubers, JD from NY206, possibly one of my most favourite YouTubers recently. She blocked him, and the continual back and forth between him and her is quite hilarious. But the number one positive we can take out of Ghost was a solid campaign. The number one thing, it had a storyline. You were two brothers, and you had your father, and he died. That's not really a spoiler anymore, considering how old the game is. But I felt like that part, and I just didn't like the fact that Riley was focused on for a lot of it, and especially in the build-up to the game before it came out. That was the selling point for a lot of 13-year-old kids. Oh my god, a dog! It was we had dogs before. They were a kill streak. Another thing was they have personalities. I liked Merrick. You could tell Merrick and all those had personalities, which was nice to see, other than the same old army grunt just killing everything, absolute Terminator of a player. Speaking of characters, the number one most loved character is probably Ghost from Modern Warfare 2. And I never understood that, considering he has 2 lines in the entire game, and he gets shot and burned. Did people love him because he died? I really never understood that. I thought the setting was interesting. The whole America got got its shit fucked up, and it became post-war, apocalyptic kind of thing. I thought that was a cool setting, moving on from Black Ops 2, which I loved the campaign, but it just didn't really have much to go on. A new enemy was interesting. South America, they've usually always gone with something like the Chinese or the Russians or any other bad guy. Another thing, I like the fact, as you can see here, it was more military based. It didn't feel like that same old special ops, just unrealistic. I know that special ops and they exist and they do stuff and whatever, it's all classified, but I just prefer the whole realistic military. I know the game's not realistic by any stretch, but I preferred the fact it just focused more on being an actual military company rather than just some super awesome soldiers, which was kind of annoying. My favourite soldiers that ever came into the game were the Rangers from Modern Warfare 2. Their campaign was so fun. But the whole Task Force, Soap McTavish and all that just seemed excessive in the game. There was some absolutely amazing missions in this game. I recommend going back and playing the campaign, because it really was not that bad. People hate the game for multiplayer. That's it. The campaign was not that bad. Extinction, DLC was okay, but it could have been better. That's really... look at this mission, the Osprey thing. I know there's always this thing, run and gun 'em, and just get on the turret and do this. They brought in some famous voice actors. I don't know if anyone saw Avatar. I'm pretty sure everyone saw Avatar. If you remember the old guy, who was the guy with the scar, and he was the major general, super military guy, he played your dad in this. Also, I know that the guy who played Hesh was on some TV show and stuff. They also had Ice Cube in Black Ops 1, which I thought was really cool, just listening to his voice when he calls in the kill streaks and stuff. I thought that was hilarious, going from gangster rapper in the 80s to making kids movies. The multiplayer, it let down the game. It aimed for something really nice, but the maps were too big and the maps were too bleak. The spawn positions were terrible. They took out some of the best game modes: Demolition, Capture the Flag, Blitz was awful. The whole fun of that game, like Capture the Flag style game modes, is running it back. That's the hard part. What isn't fun is just running into the zone. That was boring. Watching it, especially on competitive, was not fun. Competitive, they need to bring in some new game modes. I'm looking forward to Advanced Warfare. Hopefully they bring in Uplink. Uplink would be a really cool game mode to watch. Watching like people throw it at each other, and then the other person picks it up, which means they can't hold their gun, so the other person guns them down. I saw that in the when people first started recording the game, and I thought that was really cool. The multiplayer, there was some nice new gun additions. The Honey Badger, the ARX, they might just look like copy and pastes of old guns redone, but I thought they were extremely cool, some of them. Some new equipment, the thermobaric grenade, and so on, and I just liked how they did a lot of the stuff, even though the negatives really outweigh the positives for this game, which kind of lets it down. Like, the Call of Duty game, ever since World at War, has kept outselling the last one, and even this outsold Black Ops 2. But if you go on Black Ops 2 now, yeah, I can find 200,000 people on there at 6 PM. If I go on Ghosts, I'm really struggling to find that many. Depends what time of day you go on, to be honest. It really is a rough thing with Ghosts. Like, it's really hate to love. It's just filled with such nonsense, though. The ghillie suits. What else? Cough. The ghillie suits are just extremely annoying. I'm so used to playing like old games like Modern Warfare 2. If you see a ghillie suit, you know he's using a sniper rifle, and if he's running overkill, you can deal with it. But if you see the ghillie suit, sniper. Now I see ghillie suits, and it's just like, oh, what did I die from? Oh, it's an AK-12. Yeah, that ruins. I know ghillie suits aren't just restricted to sniper rifle classes, but I really liked that. Like, it really gave a player a chance. When you run towards a ghillie suit, you know you might have a chance. Like when he's quick scoping. I've got something stuck in my throat and it hurts. This is the pain I go through. That guy was dying. This was one of my favourite missions. I had just defending the boat, like, and then just running across. I think we were like the only survivors on this entire thing, which seemed kind of stupid. Anyway, this has been my Call of Duty Ghosts. Was it really that bad? I'd love to see people comment why it was good, why it was bad, what they liked. Anything else, just leave a comment. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.